So autism and preparation. I'm going to talk about how I get prepared for things like this masterclass I got coming up and just give you guys some tips and tricks about how I do that. All that's coming up. Okay guys, welcome back to the Ask Me World. My name is Dan. I have autism, ADHD, OCD and dyslexia, making weekly videos on this type of content. So if you are new around here, you want to learn more and see all the stuff I have to offer, make sure on YouTube to hit the subscribe button by clicking the notification bell, but on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok, make sure to follow this page for more autism content just like this every single day. Guys, what's going on? So this is what it is. I'm putting together a live webinar class, which is going to happen on the 28th of July at 8 p.m. UK London time. And it's all for parents and caregivers of people on the autism spectrum. So say if you've got a kid who's autistic, blah, 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 it's all for those people. So if you are a parent or caregiver and you want to be involved, it's completely free and you can go to theaskmeworld.com/steps right now and sign up. So yeah, it's gonna be amazing. The link for it will be in the description down below, but I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about how I get prepared for it. So preparation is key. The reason I prepare for things is because there may be unexpected changes or bumps in the road, and these can really offset people on the autism spectrum. Like, you know, we like to know where our linear format of going forward is going to be, and if there's going to be any bumps or tips and tricks that are going to just pop up out of nowhere. So if I didn't prepare for this webinar, what would happen is I'd turn on the screen, I'd go live, and I would have a load of problems and I'd never be able to do the webinar because I'd be melting down because of all the problems, right? That's typically what happens with autistic people when plans are not implemented or plans are not executed in a certain way. So this is how I prepared for the webinar. First thing I did is I wrote out a list of all the things that I wanted to help people with, right? So I made a list of all the questions and the queries I've had from people. Then I narrowed it down to 3 queries. I put them all together and I made a slideshow because I knew what I wanted to say in my head, but if I don't have a visual guide of what I was going to do, then I wouldn't be able to actually execute it. Now, once I had the slideshow down, I then basically created a web page, which is the askmeworld.com/steps, where a person can go there, see what the webinar is about, see what the plan is, and then register to go in there. Because maybe you go there and say, hey, I don't need to learn these things and I'm off, see you later, which is fine. But I just wanted to make sure that the people who I'm doing it for see what I'm doing, and I also know that they are given the choice then. I'm not just doing something for people who don't want to be interested. Then the next thing I did was I planned it on my calendar. I wrote in my calendar all the dates that I needed going up to it to make sure that the day before I do my webinar, I actually take some time off so that I'm clear, level-headed, relaxed, and not overworked, and I don't have any pending issues to be on that day. One of the most important things I did for this prep was I actually marked it on my calendar to say webinar presentation on this day, don't book anything else. If you start booking things around when you're doing something else, it gets kind of messy. You may overlap on time and then not attend one event or a meeting or something like that. And more importantly, you want to be able to just focus on the thing that you're doing on that day and not worry like, hey, I've got something else to go to and I'm thinking about that, not the thing at hand. So this is super important. Now, the last thing I do in preparation is make sure that the day after I can relax for at least half of the day and then get back into it, because what you don't want to do is be like super pumped doing a webinar, going to bed dead late, and then waking up and going, oh, now what do? I have to go to a meeting somewhere else, but my head is completely still in the thing I just did the night before, in my case, the webinar. So which is super interesting. Now, planning, writing lists, and executing in calendars and diaries is so important for autistic people. I use a bunch of different apps. I use Microsoft To Do, I use an app called Trello, and I use reminders and calendar apps on my iPhone and iPad. Those are my life-saving apps and I highly recommend checking them out. If you have anything to add to this, how you prepare for things, drop it in a comment down below. And if you want in on my free webinar for parents and caregivers, make sure to go to the askmeworld.com/steps and register right now because there's limited space because it's going to be on Zoom. But also, you can also go to the link in the description down below to make sure that you don't miss out on that right now. Okay, guys, I gotta run. Speak to you soon. Peace.